All right, guys, and welcome back to the Sports Scoop. Today we're going to be going over the 2021 mock draft, my opinion. And as you guys know, my opinions always are wrong because the Washington football team are good. Well, without further ado, let's get on to it. At first overall, I think we've got a clear answer. Trevor Lawrence to the Jaguars. I don't really need to say much about it. He's the best player on the board. That's what they're going to do, get their franchise guy. At two, though, they could stay with Darnold. They could go with Fields. They could go even with Zach Wilson from BYU. But I think they're going to go with Darnold and take Penny Sewell to shore up the line, and he's a game changing player. At three, anyone who says they should replace Tua deserves to not watch football again. I think they're going to go with Micah Parsons out of Penn State at linebacker to really shore up uh, the gap that will be left by Kyle Van Noy. At four, will they take Fields? I don't think they will. They're going to move on to solidify their pass rush with Quiddy Pay out of Michigan at four. A bit of a reach, but I think that'll be a worthy pick. At five, they took Jonah Williams in 2019. They won't go the same road with Christian Garrison. They will shore up their defense, and by taking Patrick Surtain at number five. At six, you see the Eagles, who took Jalen Rager last year. They're not going to take another Jalen. They're going to move out of receiver positions, go for a linebacker. They're going to get their guy, Jeremiah Owosu Karamoa from Notre Dame. A big piece on why this team was so good this year. At seven, Detroit, will they move on from Stafford? Indeed, they will. They will get their guy, Justin Fields, at pick number seven. And it's whether or not they ruin this generational talent from Ohio State. Moving on to pick number eight, Bridgewater will be staying as the quarterback in Carolina. Against my judgment, they have done that. And they will go offensive tackle, in which they will take Christian Darrisaw from Virginia Tech. At pick number nine, Denver Broncos. Will they take Zach Wilson out of BYU? Indeed, they will. They are done with Drew Lock. It's a new time in Denver. At pick 10, Dallas Cowboys. They took a corner last year. They took a lineman the year before. No, they didn't. I'm kidding. Rashawn Slater going from Northwestern at pick number 10. Pick 11 now, and you see all the receivers left on the board for the Giants. Some would think Jamar Chase would go earlier. I don't. Receivers are aplenty, and they're going to go with potential Heisman Award winner Devonta Smith at pick number 11. Sorry. And I think this is going to be a big pick for the New York Giants because they haven't had a one receiver since Odell, and he's not even a one receiver anymore. Moving to San Francisco, they took Ayuk last year. Now they're going to go into edge rusher and take their guy from Miami, Gregory Rousseau, falling in the draft a bit. Pick 13 for the Chargers. They need tackle. They're not going to get it. They're going to go into edge rusher, and they're going to take Joseph Asai from Texas. A bit of a reach, but I think this will be a good pick for them. Pick 14. Will they replace Kirk Cousins? No, they won't. They're going to go into corner, where they have two young guys, but none of them have stepped up, and they're going to reach for J.C. Horn out of South Carolina, leaving Caleb Farley on the draft board. New England, they've needed a receiver forever. They're not going to do it. Jamar Chase is not going to be their guy. They're going to move into inside D line and really reach for USC's Jay Tufele. This is a guy that New England knows what they're doing. New England never takes receivers in the first round except N'Keal Harry, and we saw how that one went down. And this will leave the Arizona Cardinals with the pick of the century with Jamar Chase at pick 16, making this a scary offense. Moving into pick 17, you've got Vegas. What do you see out of this? No one at edge. Inside line, Elijah Vera Tucker from USC. You've seen it again. He's going there to protect Derek Carr. At pick 18, Miami need a receiver. Miami will get a receiver in Jalen Waddle, dropping to 18. And I don't think this is going to be a very good pick for them. I think he will take some time to adjust to the league. He'll end up being pretty good, but this year isn't his year. At pick 19, at quarterback, do they want Trey Lance? Do they want Mac Jones? Do they want to stick with Alex Smith? They don't want to do that. They're going to go with Alabama quarterback Mac Jones. And this is going to be a pick that will solidify them as contenders. I cannot believe I'm saying that. I really can't. I've lost all faith in myself as a football analyst. But anyway, moving on to pick 20 in our second playoff team, Chicago Bears, obviously going to be obliterated in the first round of the playoffs. They're going to go offensive tackle and take Jalen Mayfield out of Michigan to help protect Trubisky, who apparently he's pretty good now. Pick 21, they already got their guy. They're going to get a weapon for him. They're going to get Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota for Trevor Lawrence. New toy for him. Pick 22, Indianapolis. They're going to now take their guy, Trey Lance. They're not going to move forward with Brissett. They're going to take a quarterback at 22, maybe have him mentored by Phillip Rivers, but I think this is going to be the year that they can make a push for the Super Bowl. Moving to 23, we've got the Browns. Couldn't they have just lost to the Steelers? But they didn't, and now they get the 23rd pick, in which they're going to select cornerback Caleb Farley out of Virginia Tech. A big fall in the draft, and they pounced on it. At 24, Tennessee. What they really need is an edge rusher, but the board is not having it with that. Board is not having it with D-line. They're not going to take a receiver. At cornerback, Eric Stokes out of Georgia will be their guy. Moving on to 25, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're going to go not quarterback. They're probably going to walk into a tight end situation. No, they're not. Offensive tackle, Liam Eichenberg to solidify Brady. Pick 26. What do the Ravens need? They need a number one receiver, and Hollywood Brown has become it. They're going to go safety. They're going to go Paris Ford out of Pittsburgh, the biggest reach in the draft. But this is a guy that they're going to take and they're going to love. This is someone that I feel will make a big difference for the Baltimore Ravens. And I don't know why. I just have this feeling that he's going to be their guy. And at pick 27 for the Jets, they're going to do what every team says they won't, and they're going to. And they're going to pick Najee Harris out of Alabama as their starting running back with Penei Sewell. But this is just not a good pick because running backs are so expendable in these days. Moving on to pick 28. And with this pick, I don't see anywhere else you can go but OT, and they're going to take Samuel Cosme out of Texas. Pick 29, and New Orleans, who are already stacked, they're going to take not their quarterback, they're going to go receiver, Terrence Marshall Jr. out of LSU. And that'll make another weapon for Taysom Hill. And at pick 30, the Buffalo Bills, they need solidification at corner. They're not going to get it. They're going to go linebacker with Nick Bolton out of Missouri. He's big, he's fast, he can do the job. At number 31, the Green Bay Packers are not going to take a wide receiver. What do you think? They're going to do that for Rodgers? No. They're going to go and take another receiving option. Robert Tonyan can go down with it. They're going to take Kyle Pitts at tight end from Florida. He is the biggest fall in the draft, and they are loving it. At pick 32 and the last pick in the first round, and I think this will stay that way because they are the best team in the league by far. If you say they're not, you are wrong. The Kansas City Chiefs will need a linebacker, and they will get it out of Dylan Moses from Alabama, and that will conclude our first round. I would say the most surprising pick has to be Baltimore going after Paris Ford at 26, but I think it's going to be a pick that will pay off. And I think the pick that will pay off the most, or the steal of the draft, will be Washington football team, or Washington, that will take Mac Jones at 19 and solidify them as contender. Oh my God, I can't even say that. Washington football team suck. Well, thanks for watching my mock draft. And hopefully I get some of these picks right. Hopefully Miami get these picks right and ball out. And I'll see you guys for the next video.